See, I'm gonna go with Apple's time. I don't trust these computers. All right, I am going to convene a meeting. It is 7 p.m. Tuesday, Monday, March 2nd. First thing we're gonna do is pledge allegiance. Sorry.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, let's get started. So, first let me introduce the members of the Zoning Board of Appeals present at this time. Myself, Douglas Clemens, Chair, Liam Ania,
Yes, sir.
Vice Chair, Richard Briggs, the Secretary. We have Terrence Petroprin as a member, as well as Elijah Hewling as a member, and then we have Michael Barnes as an alternate. The way the meeting will go, Recording Secretary Cassandra, Zoning Enforcement Officer Francis Lally. The current agenda is available here, as well as on the town website. We begin the public hearing. I will call each applicant one at a time. When your property address is called, please come forward, state your name and address for the record, and describe your appeal in as much detail as you can. After your presentation, the secretary will read into record any communications we have received, whether in favor or in opposition of your application. We will then invite the chair, or I will invite the members, for any questions of clarification on your application, followed by
Of course you did that.
after each, we will hear the opposition if there's any opposition. After each side has been heard, the applicants will be given the opportunity to make concluding remarks. Once all cases of tonight's agenda have been heard, we will close the public portion of the meeting and deliberate in open executive session. Please understand that those executive sessions, basically, there's a wall. You can hear us, but we can't hear you. You're not have the opportunity to ask any questions or rebuttal any of our discussions as it is closed. You are here for it. You can be if you like, but you do not have the opportunity to add any input. You're welcome to remain at the end of the meeting. Please note that at least 4 affirmative are required for your appeal to be granted. The board's final decision will be issued as either approved, disapproved, approved with stipulations. There we go. Thank you. Stipulations. All questions and comments must be directed through the chair. Please be assured that everyone will speak. The board is most interested in reading factual information relevant to the application, and in light of time constraints, we ask that comments not be repetitive to those already presented. You're welcome to remain until the conclusion of the meeting or to contact the land use office in the morning for additional information. Thank you very much. First thing on the agenda, we've already done roll call in a way, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, sounds good. We do not have a need We do not have a need for alternates, so we will not do that at this time. I will entertain a motion for review of February 2nd minutes.
Second. Nope. So moved.
So moved. Any seconds?
I'll second it.
All right, any discussion? Are there any changes need to be made to any amendments? I will entertain a motion to approve the February 2nd amendments as they are. February 2nd minutes as they are.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, the motion's carried, moved by Vice Chair Ania, seconded by Secretary Briggs. We'll take a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? No opposed. The motion carries. February 2nd minutes are approved. Any comment on any other board minutes, such as planning, zoning, or inland wetlands? None. We shall move on. We are in no continued public hearings. No public hearings in the old business. No old business. We're on to new business. First new business will be application Z26516 Black Lake Shore Drive. Please step up. Good evening, state your name for record.
My name is Chris Busnell, B-U-S-N-E-L, I'm with BBS Design LLC, 17 Buffalo Lane, in Norfolk, Connecticut. I am the project architect on the job, and just here to say a few quick words just to introduce the application. So we're currently on the building itself is a non-conforming, it's over the setback a little bit. We are, because of this need for some extra space in the growing family, but most importantly, the safety aspect of the existing building. It was built in the 60s. There was lots of asbestos in it that we already abated. We worked with the town of Brookfield to do so properly and legally. But because of that reason, we were forced to basically raise the house to the first floor platform, to the first floor framing, remove all that asbestos. So we are basically rebuilding the house in the new design on the existing footprint foundation and first floor framing. So the issue we're running into is the corner of the garage is within a few inches over the setback. We are not increasing that. The reason we need a variance is because we're going up a little bit with a second floor addition. And then the biggest thing is the U balcony in the back of the master suite, which is actually suspended in the air, so it's not even a first floor or foundation footprint. It's supported by brackets. And we are encroaching on the rear yard setback of that. On the application, it says that the deck is being renovated or rebuilt, which is inaccurate. We are not touching the deck at all. The deck will stay intact as is. Nothing changes. Excuse me. The one thing that we are doing, which is good in a way, I mean good in a way period, is we're removing the chimney that's on the other side of the house, on the side, which is right now non-conforming. So we're making the whole side of the house conforming. By removing the chimney, we will be within the setback on that side of the house, so it's not requiring a variance anymore. And that's basically the whole introduction of the project. And if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer. And this is the homeowner.
Hi, Miles Lynch, 16 South Lake Shore. Yeah, so, as Chris said, I was coached, I grew up across the street, so I'm pretty familiar with Shores lots being tight, and I was told, if we keep the same footprint, keep the same foundation, this will be hopefully an easier process. We did obviously see that chimney, and it was, kind of a quick give to try to get that whole side of the house conforming. And then, as he said, the deck in the back is existing. We don't want to tear it down. And then, unbeknownst to me, the garage was 6 inches too close to the side. And then we added that one request on the balcony. So it is those 3. And obviously, we used to have 3, and we're kind of asking for 3 again. And I'm available to answer any questions you guys have.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
No, everything's within the existing footprint,
Yes.
Except the balcony.
except the balcony. Now, the balcony's extending further, that's the idea?
It is.
Off the back?
It is, but it's suspended in the air, so we feel like there's absolutely no disturbance to the existing backyard, to the
But it is closer,
It
as
is,
far
yes.
as the setback.
I think it's
Okay.
3 feet.
But it's not necessarily worsening the hardship already.
Correct, yeah. And like I said in my introduction, we're removing a big chimney that's on the side of the house that is completely over the setback line. We're getting rid of that completely, and we're making the whole side of the house conforming with the building setback. And the garage up front, unfortunately, the foundation is there, so wish we could move it, but it's unfortunate. unfortunately it was built, you know, before prior setbacks were put into place. So the house was built in the sixties and like I said, there was a lot of asbestos in it and some of the structural stuff was really iffy, so those are the two main reasons why this whole renovation project started. They've been lifelong residents and they wanna stay here forever and for their family and that's really the reason why they wanna better the house and make it nice and safe and proper and up to today's codes.
So the entire house is being demolished, and then the setback that you're asking?
Just to, like I said, just to the first floor framing, so the actual first floor framing, all the wood and joists and beams, that all stays intact. We're not touching that.
And the balcony stays intact, the deck
The
stays
deck
intact?
stays intact, because there's absolutely no reason to touch it. It's already attached to the foundation, which we're not touching at all. We're not increasing, we're not raising, we're not doing anything to it. The foundation's actually in phenomenal shape for its age. Most of the houses I've done in the neighborhood are 8-inch block. This has 12-inch block, very solid. So there's absolutely no reason to touch the deck, and that's why we're not, it stays as is.
And you, this application came before planning and zoning, I understand, earlier this month or last month? And what was the reason for why they extended the, yeah,
I think there was some question from the committee with, I've got CCA as the civil engineer, and I think some drawing they submitted didn't, you know, had open questions. So rather than come here with incomplete information, they said, why don't you come next month?
okay,
Yeah.
thank
That
you.
was at least what it was told to me.
I see.
I wasn't privy to that meeting either, so, we just came for the ZBA just to present our case and, you know, answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
There's only one abutting property, or
There's two.
Two.
You got the,
There's
On the-
18 on the left,
yeah,
you're looking at your house, and then 14.
right, so the two properties, if you look, 18, I'm 16, 18 was the one that had the chimney that was over the variance that we're getting rid of, so we're completely clean on that side. On the 14 side, Ed's property, that's the 6 inches at the garage.
And I'm sure the board members are pretty familiar with the area, but it's like 18 is a beautiful house, 14 is a beautiful house. I did number 10 a few years ago, a couple of different renovations, that's a beautiful house, and my
Mine's
clients
not.
right now
Mine's
is
not.
like, this just.
It looks like it's from the sixties.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
it does.
so.
On the back side would be just the lake.
Okay.
So anything on the west side is just the lake
16
side.
right here, correct? This one.
That looks right, yeah.
Okay, so 18 is like the massive house, and then, okay,
You can zoom in a little bit too.
yeah. Okay. Anybody else have any questions? We're good? We're good on this side?
So just to clarify for my own clarification perhaps, so the footprint is staying essentially the same for what was, in terms of the current zoning, a non-conforming lot and structure, but so your request, it seems, is to either keep the same dimensions or reduce the extent to which it's non-conforming, is that
Correct, yes,
essentially?
yes.
Okay.
Except for the addition of the balcony.
except for the balcony.
And the balcony's going straight up and it's already there.
No,
Oh, it's not there, the
that's
deck is
only-
there.
That's the only new part.
Okay, so the balcony's going above the
Balcony's
deck?
only thing extending the
Sort of,
variance.
to the left of the house.
Right.
I can show you.
We've got the 2B drawing,
Yeah, do you have like a rendering of the property?
with the as-is and
Yeah.
2B.
No, I think he's looking for an architectural.
Yeah, architectural. No, it's all good.
Oh, yeah, you got the same.
This
Yeah.
is the existing, so this whole deck stays as is.
Right.
This is
Yeah,
the house.
right. This, the balcony is here,
So
They
we're
wanna build a
proposing it
balcony that's
to
on the
put
second
it
floor.
which is represented by that.
That whole
Right,
line, yeah,
right.
so it's
up
gonna
there,
just
which is the
barely go
second
over
floor.
the second.
Right inside.
So really, that's the only thing we're voting on,
Yeah.
you know, that's fine.
Is-
This is within a foot. he said.
Okay, so it's still part of the house, just
Right.
how, when it
It's
comes
the
out,
same footprint.
It's,
They still need.
eight,
a-
8.6, 8 feet, 6 inches?
Right.
No, it's not.
No, that's how close
So
it
that-
is.
Oh, okay.
right,
It's
right.
8.6, so
It's
it's
coming out about 42 inches from the face of the house.
So the existing garage outline
So as you can see, Mr. Clemens.
is not within the
supported by
10-foot
brackets.
setback?
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's not
that's-
going
it's
down.
not gonna go down.
Right.
That deck is.
And
staying
they're,
the same.
so they want to
So this
extend
just-
that?
And in perspective too, it's facing out towards the lake or towards, okay.
And that's the main reason we have that
Garage
balcony,
is the same
because
story here.
they have such a beautiful view that
That's a good
Right.
it'd be
comparison.
nice to have like a cup of coffee or something, you know, that's right off the master suite. So we thought it was pretty appropriate to do something a little nicer up there.
Okay. Is there a way we can get a copy of those architectural drawings? I think that would be a good visual for us to kind of get well, just a good visual, right? See what's going on here. Are we good with the questions and the answers on this one? All right. Any closing remarks?
No, I think it's pretty straightforward. Two are existing, one is new, and we got rid of one. And that's kind of the netted out.
Understand. And there was,
Speak in favor or opposed?
yeah. Do you have any letters in favor or opposed? Or is anybody here that's speaking in favor or opposed? No, nobody's come. When you sent out I do have actually a question. When you notified your neighbors, did anybody respond or did anybody say
They
anything?
all, there were multiple, this has been multiple cycles, so they've been notified. And nobody's expressed any dissatisfaction. They've all seen the drawings. I mean, Rob, Jessica and Dave, and Ed's a Purple Heart guy. He's 92, but he told me, as long as you don't destroy my house, I'm good.
That's good.
And he said, make sure they don't do that accidentally.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, so they were saying, all right.
So they're, they've all expressed, all good with it.
All right, awesome. Well, that's all that we have for you. You are all set to take a seat. If you do not want to stick around,
You can call the land use office in the morning.
yeah, you can call the land use office in the morning. All
Thank you
right,
very
no
much.
problem. Take care, guys. All right, next we're gonna go with.
Close it.
Close public hearing?
Oh, I thought we did them all. Then the public hearing for all of them.
No,
Oh, close for this
each
one.
Yeah.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to close the public hearing section for application Z26-516 South Lake Shore Drive.
So moved.
Second.
Second?
Any discussion? Let's, I have to do a vote, right, for this part, to close it?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Next application would be ZBA 261, 34 Barnview Terrace. Please come up.
My husband's away, that's why I'm here.
No
Give me a
problem.
little, thing to read. This is-
Just take your name for the record and your address for the record.
Carla Jacobson, 34 Barnview Terrace. She wrote like a simple version and a little more in-depth version. Should we start with the simple?
Whichever one you wanna give.
Basically, we have, we live on Barnview, but our, backyard abuts to Tower, so technically, I guess it's called two front yards. And we want to install a pool in our backyard. Kids don't really know. Which is on the Tower side, so that's why I'm here. He is taking care of all the maps and the neighbors and everything like that. Again, I have a more detailed version, I don't know.
Whatever you wanna give us.
Whatever you wanna read.
Yeah, we're here for
All
you.
right, sure, I don't understand.
You're paying for it.
Okay, I know. The variance is requested for 3.4A, 3B, accessory structure in the front yard. The subject property fronts on Barnview Road, I guess I should say terrace, and also abuts to Tower Road at the rear. Although Tower Road is located behind the residence and functions as an informal backyard, zoning regulations classify the lot as having frontage on two roads, resulting in two front yards under the code. The proposed swimming pool is planned for the yard area along the Tower Road side of the property, so like in the backyard. I don't know what, it's gonna be like kind of behind our house. Property which functions as the backyard for everyday use and enjoyment of the home. Because this area is technically considered the front yard due to the secondary road frontage, a variance is requested to allow installation of the swimming pool in this location rather than along the Barnview Road frontage. I don't know why we would have a swimming pool in our very front yard, but the proposed location minimizes visual impact from Barnview Road, aligns with the existing use and layout of the property, and represents the most reasonable and practical placement for a swimming pool on the lot.
Okay. Any questions?
Yes.
Let's go.
Well, can I show you this, Mrs. Jacobson? So, I think your property was upzoned at some point because the dimensions on it for the setbacks are consistent with an R40 zone, but I think you're in R80, so the setback line here is really like 50 feet under the,
It's a conservation subdivision, if I can intercede. So the setbacks are different in conservation subdivisions.
never mind.
I mean, like, all of our neighbors have pools, I don't know if that matters, like, I mean, I know our immediate next door neighbor, which is like in the same little cul-de-sac area, I would assume the same kind of backyard. That has to do with something different.
Mr. Lally was right about that. I didn't realize it was a conservation.
Yeah. So once again on this, based off of this drawing, this right here is a fence around the pool.
Yes, we would do a fence around the
Okay, so the setback should be based off of the fence, correct, and not just the pool.
Yes, fence is a structure.
Yeah, so it would have to be, because with the fence here, your setbacks request goes to roughly about, from what I'm seeing, it's like 2 feet to the property line on this side, on both sides. And that would require,
2 feet to like the neighbor?
yeah, because, so this is 22 inches right here, is what I'm assuming is marked down. 22 feet, sorry, 22 feet. So if you take away a bulk of this, which we would say is roughly, I don't know, I can't really do the math. You see where I'm pointing at right here? Like from here to here, that's the neighbors, I can't assume that's 20 feet.
Yeah, the setback on that side is 15 feet, and on the farther side, it's like 25 feet.
Okay.
That's the way they do this conservation subdivisions.
Yeah, but even with the fence is really close to the neighbor's property, it's not gonna reach the threshold of setback unless, we're not reading this the same way.
We have like woods in between our properties.
Yeah, it goes from the property line.
Yeah, it goes from the property
So-
line.
So from the property line, you would have to have the
I don't know why-
setback.
Why would the fence be so far?
That's whoever drew this.
Well, whoever drew this was only thinking about the pool, not realizing that the fence is a structure.
Yeah. So it's subject to the same requirements from your neighbor's property line as would be the pool. I mean, from the setback from the pool seems fine, which is not an issue, but it's not up for ask up here, and if we would, any other comments, questions?
So Fran, you're saying the setback, is 15 feet on that side,
Correct, yes.
so the fence would obviously not conform to that.
In its
as
current
currently done.
situation,
Yeah,
unless they
take off
did
like,
15 feet or then request an A2 survey
yeah,
upon completion, which is what the commission can do, you guys can request before CO is issued.
okay.
You can just make it a stipulation.
Yeah, we could do that too. Let's see. So there's actually two issues that you would need to address. One is the two front yards, and the second would be the setback provisions based off of your neighbors to your
North?
north, yeah,
I think
north,
so, yeah.
north. Or what? Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them. If you're all set with here, do you have any closing remarks?
No, I'm gonna just text my husband. Of course, he's in Charleston right now.
Oh, living it up.
Okay.
Would have been a good night to be here.
Yeah.
A business trip. So, I guess, yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure, he's obviously taking care of all this.
We
He's in the
could-
pool business, so he knows.
Yeah, we could table this until our April meeting, and
Or just make a stipulation.
or
just for
yeah,
fence. I mean,
it's either.
it's up to you.
I don't know why, I guess it would be so close to, because we have this whole backyard. I know like septic is probably an issue, but we can move the septic tank.
What are you saying? Dick?
If
Yeah,
you're
but-
doing a pool, it may just be, he wants to put stuff like on the pool deck, and so you guys can have a place to like lay out, stuff
Yes,
like that. Most
definitely.
pools, there's a big area for people to walk around. or
Yes, but we
have
can do it
places.
on either
Understood,
side.
but like
Yeah.
Commissioner was saying, when your husband did the drawing, he was, I think, just basing it off of where the pool was, not the fence surrounding it.
Okay, so what part of the fence is this corner part? It's, the angle is throwing me off too,
Yeah.
because like when I
Well,
look
it's
at
the
my
whole
house,
walkway there, because he's got the corner of the pool,
So yeah, this whole part right here.
Okay,
but he's got another 5 feet on that side,
Yeah, way
right?
too
Right, Fran?
close.
So he really only needs 15.
Yeah, he only needs 15 on that.
Yeah, so it only needs 15 feet
So
between.
really, if he changes the walkway and changes the way the fence is shaped, you don't need a variance.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they
Just for the
don't-
pool in the
that-
front yard.
Yeah,
This is
just
just-
the
that
pool in the front
variance.
yard,
Yeah.
that's it. You don't need a variance on the setback.
all right.
We can never draw it in right now and just initial.
Yeah, that's true, if he's willing to change it.
Yeah.
We can stipulate that
Yeah.
he's gonna change that, and we could approve that right away.
You got a lot going on right now. So, I get it.
We'll
I
try
get
to
it.
get you.
We-
my
we-
11-year-old is at swim practice, or else she would have them all.
Yeah, I get it. So there's a few options. We can deliberate on what we have right in front of us. We can table it for our April 2nd meeting, or April meeting. We can further deliberate when we go through it and add certain stipulations. Those are our options. If you would like to put on record that you wouldn't mind a shorter fence, or you could, you would reasonably make the fence, closer,
Closer on this side, so the patio would be,
further away from whatever,
the patio would be smaller,
it'll be,
right, on that
On
side.
that corner.
yeah, on that corner, yeah.
You just gotta-
Or you can just have us table it and talk to your husband about it, and then just come back with the front yard and your.
See, once we close this, this part of things, then we'll have to make a decision one way or the other, so if we would we could make a decision with the stipulation, but then you're left with the stipulation. So the option is then to table it, in which case we don't make a decision at this point, and you could take the time in between to,
No
discuss it
harm
with
in
your
doing that.
husband and, decide, how you wanna handle it.
We should probably do that.
All right,
I need to be here.
It's probably
Then
the
he can make a
marital
decision.
harmony route.
hold on, guys, what's up?
One thing too, the application, the only thing that's on the application is just the front yard. So, I don't know that,
That's a good point.
that probably needs to be on the application.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, but if that's tabling it, if we're tabling it,
No, I'm
then
just thinking
they're
about
in
if you table it
compliance
next
with
time.
it, then the application will be okay.
Okay.
If he wants to keep it the way it is, then I'll have to put it on the application, no?
Not to resubmit.
Yeah.
Resubmit, that's a new application, I don't think you wanna do that.
Because we can take the verbal or the amendments,
'Cause
not
we can't
amendments, but we
answer.
can,
No, no.
yeah, take the suggestions as they come. But, all right, I will entertain a motion to table application, for 34 Barnview Terrace for our April meeting.
Second.
Um,
So moved.
still have a second?
Second, again,
Any discussion?
Before we close it, I would just, tell the applicant, what I was just saying is, the application that you guys submitted, only has a request for a variance for, an accessory structure in the front yard. What we were saying is that the fence is too close to, the fence as it's drawn on the map that you provided is too close to the neighbor's lot line. So when you're talking to your husband about it, you just wanna tell, I mean, he can also watch the video, it'll be online, that may be easier. But I don't want you to be too confused about what
Yeah.
we're saying. So if he says to you, I can't move the fence, then he's gonna have to resubmit an application, because the only thing he put on the original application was that, the front yard structure. So he would have to resubmit with the front yard structure and now a variance for the side yard setback. Okay? I hope that's not.
But if he
Or
can,
have you call me.
But again, if, yeah, or yes.
have him call
That's a
Fran.
good idea. Have him call Fran. Thank you, Commissioner.
All in favor of tabling this 34 Barnview Terrace, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We'll table this discussion for our April meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we will call up our next application, which is ZBA 262 30 South Lakeshore Drive. Is that you all?
Yes.
All right, please state your name and address for the record.
Hi, I'm Scott Clare. Current owners, moved in just about a year ago. So just need some notes, seeking a variance to expand on a non-conforming existing detached garage in front of our property. It was built in the fifties, which predated the zoning, which is the reason we're asking for the variance. What we're looking to do is convert it from a 1.5 car to a 2-car garage to, timely, we had wanted to do this before we moved in, or just before we moved in, but you can see with the weather, having 2 covered parking spots is something that's desirable, because we're looking to make this our long-term home when we get there. We're not getting younger, and that's gonna make life a little easier. The other variance was building coverage, but talking to the architect, there's also additional 1,700 square foot in the back, which we do maintain. It's near the cabana, the lakefront, which may actually provide additional coverage for that, this 25%, and reduces it down to about 23%, as I understand you're talking about. So really, the reason for doing that is, as we said, providing some covered parking spaces, but also in the rear of the garage, we're building out about 6 feet. There's gonna be a stairwell, and that allows us to egress from the garage, and because of the steep topography, make that more navigable getting into the house. It's a pathway in groceries, and if you see the drawings there, there's a build out in the back of the garage with a door, and that, because the steep stairs in the front allow us then easier access coming out of the garage to get into the front door of the house, and that's the reason for that. What we're asking also is in line with sort of similar properties. In fact, it's probably less ask than some of our neighbors, but it's in line with the aesthetic of the local, houses. And that's the reason and rationale. Actually spoke to our neighbors over the weekend, and they, I don't know if you need this now, provided, so I printed 10 copies, I don't know how many people on the board, but that's not the folks to the right of the house that already have the garage, that's the folks that are to the left of the house if you're staring at it from the street view, looking at the lake, and that's in support of, we actually went over the drawings with them, and that's in support of what we're requesting.
All right.
The
So,
reason we're asking for a variance is there's really no way to move the existing structure given the topography outside of just expanding that small amount of it already exists in the footprint. Like, you can't move towards the house with the way the topography is, it's very steep.
So you're increasing the width of the garage?
There's already.
I wasn't clear on the application what you were doing.
yeah.
Basically, they're going from a one-car to a two-car road.
Okay.
So generally, when a structure is non-conforming, you don't have the ability to upgrade that structure, meaning expand it or add additions to it. So you're asking for a variance to essentially increase the size of a non-conforming structure.
That's what it sounds like.
Any questions, gentlemen?
Yeah, but increasing the nonconformance would be under paragraph 16B. So that should actually be on the application.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're increasing the nonconformance.
Yeah.
You're adding structure that's too close to the front.
Yeah.
And normally that's not allowed.
Would that be on the application? Just wanna-
Well, it's just, it's zoning regulation
16B.
16B. I have it here, non-conforming buildings and structure, non-conforming building or structure may not be expanded, extended, relocated, blah, 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 and,
D.
that's it.
It can be strengthened
So-
or restored or replaced, however, no portion.
You have to keep the footprint, you can't expand the footprint of a non-conforming thing, that's one of the regulations. So that should be in the application, correct, Fran, or?
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
Does that mean we apply with that information, or it's not possible?
I mean, the fact
It's
that
up,
this is.
it's up to the board.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially for
It's
for
up
us,
to
I
the
mean, this was
board,
built in the
it's just,
1950s.
you heard the last
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
conversation, when
Yeah.
there was something that wasn't in the application that should be in there, it's considered not complete. But there could be stipulations by the board on a decision that
Mhm.
could override that.
And you also said that your lot percentage coverage is not going to go up based off of your architects.
Well, I think what unfortunately, my architect slash friend, he had a 2-year-old birthday party, his daughter couldn't come, so he said the calculations didn't take into effect, there was a cabana in the back, I think it's technically in First Lights, but we maintain that property. So if you put that into that calculation, that's properly actually maintained, that pushes the coverage below the variance we're asking.
So if you have one too many and not enough on your application, is what I'm seeing, is what I'm hearing. Okay.
Well, I think, even if the cabana is not part of, like, your physical property, it's part of there, so I don't think that would affect your lot coverage.
You said they're responsible for that part of the cabana,
I
but
think he did the calculations and, yeah.
Is that the covered pavilion?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, that's on First Light property, so that wouldn't.
That doesn't enter into the calculation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's.
Cause
why
you only go to the 440 line, that's where you end.
Yeah,
I think that's why you put the variance in there. but-
he did, yeah.
okay.
So the question I have, if it's okay, So,
Yeah, by all means.
obviously, this was built in the 1950s before any of the zoning was even around. Trying to create sort of a safer, more livable environment, is there a possibility, or what do we have to do to, is that even possible?
Is that what you're saying or stating is one of your hardships, that it was created or built in the 1950s and is no longer a safe structure?
Well, the hardship is, getting down, parking
street level
from the
to the
street
house.
level. An example is, the last ice storm, we have to navigate the steep steps, which are slate, and now we're able, with this, to potentially come out the back and have two cars covered, which are safer for two folks to get into the house, getting out of the house. Which is similar to what our neighbors have to the left of us. Theirs actually is connected to their house, this would not be connected, but we'd be able to essentially remove roughly almost 70% of the steep pathway down to the house, being able to egress out the back and be able to park inside. That's the rationale for this.
Is it possible, did you talk with that neighbor to your north about the garage there? Cause I'm looking at it here on the map. It could have been, that it was already a 2-car garage when they built it in the 40s or 50s,
Yeah,
and maybe,
they're in LA for the winter, so no, we haven't spoken.
I see.
We could ask them, we're in
Yeah,
contact with
yeah.
them, so.
We're the permanent residents there to the right of us or left of us or non-permanent.
So-
residents there. So that's the other reason, this is where we live.
I understand.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
I do have a question. What are the current dimensions of this garage? Do we have that?
If you want these, we have drawings, if you have the same.
I think so,
I'll
yeah.
take a look at that. Sorry, thanks.
I think it kind of comes down to what Member Barnes said about the nonconformity and having to build within the same, dimensions of the footprint of the original thing. I think,
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I guess
Of
the
course.
challenge is if you wanted to say, okay, we're gonna build a 2-car garage, or the topography is, we can't really
Yeah.
push it.
yeah,
Yes, I think we're very constrained by the regulation that specifies that if it's a non-conforming property, you can't expand it. So there'd have to be pretty compelling reason and hardship of the property to make a case for that. So it's an uphill battle at best to do that. We're not gonna render a decision about it, but I think, whether there could be a claim about safety that could be spelled out in a very detailed, specific way might serve that partially, but it's just, you
It's
should be
really a
aware
down-
that
It's really a downhill battle, because.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
In this case.
Just, the other night, we came home from, the ice storms, and literally, it was,
Yeah.
that's really the concern here long term for us.
Any questions? Terrence? All right, do you have any closing remarks? Do we feel we have enough information, or do we want to, what other options do we have?
Well, I guess, what are the options? I mean, I guess,
I mean, as it stands, they're not asking for the application's not asking for a change in a non-conforming use. It's, related to, just the, existing structure and expanding it, even though it's non-conforming. If we were to sit the application as it is right now, it's not asking the question we need to answer.
right.
Oh, I would argue that if we decide to grant the variance, we're granting it understanding that it's already
Non-conforming.
which it's in our purview to do that. So, I think we have enough information to take a vote.
I will entertain a motion to close the public hearing section on this application.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
discussion? All in favor of closing the public discussion, or the hearing portion of this application, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Nay. All right. As it stands right now, this is the end of the hearing section of our public hearing section of our zoning board of appeals meeting. The next is our deliberation section. You are welcome to stay, but you are non-existent in our eyes. We can't take anything you say at this point. First, we will go to application ZBA 265 South Lake Shore Drive. All right, gentlemen, let's talk about this. Oh yeah, I will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second?
Let's enter a discussion. All right, guys, discussion.
It looks like the whole thing is within the existing non-conformity, except for that one piece in the corner that they're asking for an extra foot, it looks like, for space, but, I guess technically, that would be worsening a non-conformity. You know, it's a foot, but I guess it's technically, that's still a small issue.
I think technically 4 inches. They put a foot, but
Yeah.
they said the proposed dimension is 10 feet. It's 9'8" now, so.
Yeah, it's not very much.
I would agree. Building in the pre-existing footprint adding.
Okay, that's okay.
Also, the work that they've already done to make it safer, obviously with the abatement and then taking down the top floor, 2 floors. I think a couple inches, I'm okay with that.
I'd be okay with that too, especially because of what you said about the chimney on the left side, so that takes off however many feet. I mean, I know it's not like a zero-sum game, but, you know, so it's a good effort.
Yeah,
Mr. Chair, I believe that 2 inches on that side is already there. It's existing with the location survey, so they're not really looking for more.
it's just already there.
It's already there.
Okay.
Right,
With
but
the
they're
state
putting a
survey.
second story on. I know I'm not part of the discussion, so that's where it comes in.
Yeah.
Actually, sir, if you could pull it on the map.
This one?
Yeah, and you go back to 16 south.
Yeah.
And if you,
You want your satellite view?
yeah, or zoom in a little bit right there. You see how there's no roof on it?
Okay.
It's
yeah.
just flat.
Yeah.
If you add a roof to that because of the second story, then that pushes you, a few inches over the corner.
Okay.
I think that's what.
Yeah. What he's
Commissioner
talking
Barnes was
about? That's
talking about,
already
yeah.
okay. It's already there. I mean, I don't really see any issues. The balcony is suspending on its own. It's not a freestanding balcony. It's attached to the house. It would be the only change. But it's still pretty far away from the house. It's facing out towards the water, I believe, correct? So I wouldn't have any issues with that. Do you think we have enough information to form a vote?
I think so.
All right.
So it's only the balcony, I mean, all of this is existing, it's a replacement of what was existing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not increasing the height except in that one,
Over the garage, I believe.
that
Right?
one part, right? Is that correct?
Yes. Right over the garage is the only parts that they're increasing the height.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, can't talk to you.
Right, right.
All right. All in favor of approving application for 16 South Lakeshore Drive as is, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? No opposed, no opposition. Application 416 Lakeshore Drive is approved as is. Where's my, what do I have? This one.
I got it over here.
Okay. All right. We'll do all of it. All right. So we will move on to application. Excuse me, for not that one. 30 South Lakeshore Drive. This is a Day of the Lakes. All right. Motion to approve. I want to entertain a motion to approve the application as it stands.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Let's have some discussion. All right, let's have some discussion. All right, so,
You brought up the fence issue.
this is a different one.
I'm trying
That
to
one's got
figure it out.
tabled. This
Oh, we
is-
did table it.
Yeah, we
You're
tabled
right.
that. This one is for, the non-conforming structure. The non-conforming structure as well as a percentage of lot coverage. Let's talk about it.
I think Commissioner Barnes, I know it's not Commissioner, but Commissioner sounds better, was right about the issue of nonconformity. You know, it's not very convenient. I definitely understand what they're saying though about the slope here, but it's just based on the dimensions of the property that's in the more conforming part. So I don't think, we wouldn't have any concern, I don't think, about expansion here. That's fine. It's just going in that direction because that's
Moving
worsening the
over to,
hardship.
yeah, it's creating more of a hardship in the non-conforming uses already.
So maybe if they did half of this project, the part facing the water, they wouldn't even need it. I don't think they'd even need a variance for that. And on top of it, they can update the garage if they wanted to.
Without making it into a two-car garage.
Right. But that's just my take on it. It sounds like it's a little restrictive. I mean, they're tight lots, and that was already there, but I think this would make it a little bit worse, and I don't think we can approve that part of it, but they can at least still do half of this project.
But, I mean, I will, lean towards what, Elijah was saying in terms that any vote is already gonna be on a non-conforming use. So it's whether or not we want to further the non-conforming use and allow it to be, or if we want to just say no. All right, I think that's the discussion that we're trying to have. And,
I agree with Liam too, that one side, the shorter side here is probably, not an issue. I don't think they would need a variance for that portion of it. Granted, I'm not sure how many feet we would be taking off, but, I agree that I would be okay with that, but it's a big ask. And again, then you multiply that with the pre-existing non-conforming structure. And we have a solid rule in our, manuals that if you're gonna do this, I think Commissioner Briggs said, it needs to be some pretty strong extenuating circumstances.
I'm not sure if we've had articulable hardship that would express those extenuating circumstances. How do you feel about that, Richard? Do you think the hardship is articulated well enough for it to be a change in this non-conforming use and allow it to be expanded?
I'm not seeing the argument for that, so far. I mean, I can understand it's obviously a matter of convenience and what's desirable and more practical use, but I don't know if that's sufficient to warrant, you know, varying from this requirement.
I think, you know, this part here, it sounds like one of their concerns was about just wanting to get from the part that's near the street down a few steps to where their house is. So if they could still build that part on the back, they can add a door on the side here, you know, staying within the existing footprint of the garage, and that would address the safety issue, because they could still get down through the back, and they just wouldn't be able to fit a second car in, which, you know, but if you park it outside here and you have a door to get in, you still have a way down that's not, you know, going down this perilous path.
Yeah, but I wouldn't feel comfortable proving something that we don't have eyes on, that we don't know what it's gonna be like, in terms of like the restrictions on the sides or on the backs. I would rather have something tangible that we can see before we, you know, further this application, right? It's a non-conforming use. It's not supposed to be improved, but we're gonna allow it to make improvements one side. What's the difference, right? What's the benefit that we're gaining as a town if we put, you know, allow non-conforming use to be modified for a non-conforming use reason or modification reason, but let them modify it anyway.
You mean if we're doing with Commissioner Ania's idea of doing the half?
Yeah, because
Well, I think that's because I don't necessarily think they would need a variance for that, because they're not making it more non-conforming. If they do just the addition here on this side, this is within variance guidelines. Again, it's non-conforming, pre-existing, but if they're building this way, then they don't need more of a variance.
yeah, but still, you can't extend a non-conforming use. You can only refine it or strengthen it.
This wouldn't require.
Anything, I don't think.
That doesn't require, increasing the non-conforming.
It's just, even if it's an uncovered
It's not
structure,
making it more non-conforming. Because that section that they were adding on is technically within the
Setback.
setback, yes. I think that's Commissioner Ania and my argument.
That's correct.
okay.
But if they were to do a total rebuild of the garage, I think they would need that, they would still need some sort of variance, at least on the front lot side, because they're replacing something and it's already in there, so it's voting on that second part that's non-conforming. So I'd be comfortable approving something, relative to the front lot line, but not the part that's extending a little bit north, because that part is already in the footprint, you know, and then the other part is already within the setback, so I don't think they would even need, like we just said, they wouldn't need an exception for that. And it still kind of gets the intended use of the garage, it's just not fitting that second one in.
Okay. Can you state the stipulation that you would be willing to approve this application with?
So they requested, well, I guess we'd have to stipulate, the part about,
No horizontal expansion, but they can expand the back end for the stairs?
well, I don't think they would need for that part, it's just,
So, we wouldn't need to approve or stipulate, because if they're just doing that section that Commissioner Ania is talking about, they wouldn't need a variance.
Yeah, but isn't that
That's
section?
It's inside the setbacks.
Okay. But it's still part of the garage, the non-conform, it's not, my quarrel is that it's still part of the non-conforming garage. And if they were to make changes to even that part, it's not part, it would still require some sort of approval of non-conforming, because it's not strengthening structure, it's not restoring anything, it's adding a new part. Am I correct? Or is it this part already existing, it's just gonna be renovated?
could be right. I honestly, I can't say 100%. I think that because this section is within the setbacks, if they added on to the pre-existing, non-conforming garage, but the addition is within the setbacks, then you would not need a variance.
Okay, so that's where it goes. Okay, fair enough.
So
But-
then we wouldn't need to stipulate if we approve, we can approve all. If we deny, they can still do that section that's inside of the setback, we would not need a variance.
But I think we would have to oh, there's the one other part about lot coverage. I think we could take that out, so we'd have to stipulate not approving that one aspect of it, right?
So we can.
So the same thing, again, if, again, there's obviously options, approve or deny. If we deny the application, then the lot coverage goes with it. You know, and again, we're still back to, if you can add as long as it's within the setbacks, and you don't need a variance.
But wouldn't they still need, if they, because it seems like the garage is kind of a rebuild, wouldn't they still need a variance on the 16-foot front yard variance to stay within the existing
20 feet.
footprint?
Oh yeah, because it's already out of conformity
Yeah.
at 16 feet, so it wouldn't be an addition to that. It would just be the already 16 feet that's there, non-conforming. Because I don't think that's going to change, right? Because the footprint is already it's already there and it's already non-conforming. So if it's already 16 feet, I don't think it's going to make any difference for the non-conformity, right? Because it's 20 feet. It's not 20 feet. So it's already within outside the threshold, the variance for the front lot line to the structure. Let's double check that.
It sounded like we'd be getting into a case where they would have to submit a whole new application, but because I don't think we can approve this as submitted or even stipulated because the project's just different.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about because the architect included the property that's not theirs, the pavilion?
Well,
With the square footage?
I think that and that the drawings have that little part that's jutting out to the north. So I guess we'd have to be specific with that. Stipulate that.
I'm not sure.
Well, if we,
Or if you deny it, and you're just informing them and they just keep it, just go off the back, your lot coverage is probably gonna be okay too, because now you don't have that undercover.
maybe we could deny it without prejudice, so they could
Yeah, so if they wanna
come back and revise the application. That might be the cleaner,
but odds are they won't need it if they keep it one car.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think we have enough information to form a vote? All in favor of approving the application as it stands, say aye. All who would like to deny this without prejudice, say aye.
Deny without prejudice.
All opposed? All no abstentions. Application for 30, or which one is this? 630 Lakeshore Drive is denied without prejudice. That's all that I got. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Wait, we got
Oh, sorry.
anything else?
Is there anything else? I don't think we have anything else. No tabled items. Well, we did table something, but that's not any no informal discussion, any good of the order. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
All those in favor?
all those in favor? All opposed?